President Trump calling out the corrupt leadership of the FBI, the Department of Justice, for their conduct during the Russia witch hunt. In a new interview, he said this to The Hill: "I hope to be able to put this up as one of my crowning achievements that I was able to do through the help of a lot of good people. We have tremendous support to expose something that is truly a cancer in our country." Joining us tonight, investigative reporter, Fox Business contributor Sarah Carter, working diligently on this story from the very outset. Sarah, first of all, good to have you here.
Thank you, Lou. I
want to start with this remarkable letter from the Gang of Four. Mark Warner, Adam Schiff, Nancy Pelosi, and of course, crying clown Chuck Schumer, calling on the intelligence community, the FBI, and the Department of Justice to further subvert the President of the United States. I say further because in this letter, they also acknowledged they had a deal with these people to keep intelligence from the President of the United States. Your thoughts?
It's absolutely stunning. It's incredible how vast, how deep, Lou, this has gone. The comments made by John Brennan, the former CIA director, are borderline sedition. They're asking for people to go directly against the authority and the order of the United States president. He has every authority under Article 2 to declassify these documents, and the American people deserve to see it. I do have some news for you tonight. I have been told by sources that the documents will be turned over to the president next week. I hear that the FBI and the DOJ are redacting. What they're going to do is they're going to turn those documents over to the president and then say, now it's up to you to declass. I think that they're trying to figure out ways to stall or maybe put pressure on the president. I have talked to sources that have actually viewed these documents who have top secret clearance to view them. And what I have been told is that there is nothing in the requests, nothing whatsoever, that would violate national security or give away sources and methods. And that's what claiming the DOJ as well as the FBI and others are claiming the president will do.
Sure. As they have, by the way, throughout. As they've
Absolutely.
Stonewalled Congress, they've stonewalled the Senate, and to this point, it turns out that, and we don't know to what degree, they've actually been stonewalling the president of the United States. If indeed this letter from those four Democratic leaders is accurate and proves true, they've committed, as Jim Kallstrom said, basically treason.
I don't know how legally they would term that, but what we see is a group inside the United States, inside our government, a bureaucracy that is literally working against this administration, literally working against the president of the United States. And what we saw, Lou, before the election and then after the election wasn't just a witch hunt. This was not a witch hunt, because if you look at all the documents, what it shows, it was actually a silent coup. They were trying to remove a duly elected president of our country. And I think the American people now see it for what it is. We have the documents to prove it. There are more documents that I think are going to shock the conscience of our country once they come out. And once these documents are actually revealed, both the FISA, the Bruce Orr interviews, as well as numerous text messages and the Gang of Eight dossier, the answers will be there. And it'll be up to the American people, not the Democrats, not John Brennan, not Director Comey, not McCabe, who are all trying to hide behind what they did, which was basically bordering crimes and possible crimes, and they will be charged, I think, some of them. But we will see the truth, and the American people will make that decision.
And the president is now faced with what is clearly a direct order from the Democrats, the minority party that are supposed to be the loyal opposition, who are not loyal, but are obstructing and subverting the president, not simply opposing his policies. He is going to be faced with immensely weighty decisions, because if it is accurate that the FBI and the Department of Justice are redacting those texts in defiance of his direct order for them to be unredacted, if they are hiding anything in those FISA court applications, there will be hell to pay, because this is something that simply cannot stand defying a president of the United States.
Absolutely. And it's the authority of the president by his authority, he can have those unredacted documents, and he can disclose those to Congress, and Congress can disclose those to the American people. So they can kick and scream and cry at the DOJ and the FBI, but the American people are going to know the truth. They are going to get these documents. They can stall all they want, but in the end, we'll get them.
All right. Sarah Carter, as always, good to have you with us. Thanks.